Kevin, a lot of people with money spend a enormous amount of money, but they never win, because the thing is, like, they can put all the ads in the world, but if they're not out there, people will not know who they are.
Again, Ron Quince joining us, a candidate for Congress in CD1. What are the issues that you're hearing from voters? Are they the same ones that we see in the polling? Immigration, border security, public safety, things like that. Are the issues essentially the same?
Absolutely. The issue is still the same. People have a lot of concerns about immigration, how open our borders are. As a matter of fact, a lot of people that are running for Congress, that is the number one issue that they're getting as well, their constituents. And of course, public safety right now is just like the safety of our individuals have changed. Our families before it's just a lot easier to walk down the street, but now it's a lot harder to walk down the street without looking around and see your surroundings. We need to change that, and of course, the factors that we need to do, instead of defunding the police, we need to fund the police. We need to help them, to control this public safety.
Again, Ron Q joining us. Your background, I think, is very compelling. I know you and I have talked a bunch over the course of the last months, but I don't know that we've talked about your background, your bio. Explain how you came to this point in time where you're running for Congress in CD1. Well,
I was 22 plus years ago. I started my own accounting firm, and it's still existing. And after once I did that, I got involved with a bunch of partners, and we started a private equity firm. And what we do is we go purchase a corporation that's needed help. We fix them up, make sure everything looks good, and then after that, of course, we run it operationally, or we sell them. So I have experience when it comes to trying to fix things, because if you come aboard, or if I take over a company that's like struggling, I can turn it around within a year or two and sell it and make it profitable.
I know that one of the things you have in your bio, I guess, is the belief that our political system is in dire need of change. That's a direct quote from a press release put out by your campaign. Can you talk a little bit about how one member of 435 can make a difference, can help create this dire change?
That's a very good question, Kevin. The problem that what's going on in this country is what happened is we have a lot of politicians that always keeps jumping the bandwagon, which one's popular, which one's good. If once I'm elected, I'm that voice for the people. Doesn't matter if I'll get outnumbered, but the member of Congress needs to hear my voice, and they need to hear what common folks like us that needed to make this country better. The problem that's going on right now is just it becomes a popularity contest, and it becomes a career contest that, hey, I want to get elected, and then after they get elected, they just listen to their bosses, the one that head of their parties, and whatever they decided, that's the way they vote for. I'm not going to be that person, because the thing is, first of all, I don't have a boss that I need to listen to, except the 761,000 people that lives in my district. That's the only boss that I have to listen to, and my job is to make sure that their lives get better every single day, rather than getting worse, like what this other politicians is doing to us.
I want to ask you about one of the issues that you're going to be tackling in this campaign, and that is affordable housing. What are we not doing? Are we on the verge of a looming housing crisis in our state and in CD1?
Absolutely. The problem that we have right now is a lot of and Kevin, I don't know how you've been living in Nevada, but I've been here for 20 plus years. In the average housing before was at 150 to 180,000. Now, an average house or maybe an 1,800 square feet costs almost $500,000. How can a starting family or I would probably say millennials or Gen Z can buy their own house? is such an enormous amount. Even a rental, for instance, right now is $1,800 on an average on a one-bedroom apartment. How can a person can survive except having people like 3 families living in one house? So my one of the things that my project that we want to implement is get some more federal land. Once we get more federal land, that land needs to be used for affordable housing. It doesn't have to be like a mansion or anything like 2,200 square feet, but more like a decent house that people can live in, people can start off with. The problem that's going on right now is they build these houses, they're building it so fast. A lot of people from California comes here and buy the property in cash because of the value of the properties here. It increases the value now. Then it's hard for the people that actually live here and work here in Nevada to afford to buy one, and that's not good. We need to put a law that actually restrict those people from California that coming here in Nevada and just buying property for investment use. We need to make sure that affordable housing existing by getting some more federal land, building houses that's affordable, and strict with investors trying to buy a house. We need to prioritize the first-time home buyer first.
Again, Ron Q joining us, running for Congress in CD1. What is it your campaign needs right now? I know we're still months away from early voting and Election Day on November 5th, but can you talk a little bit about what your campaign needs and how folks can reach out to you?
Well, my campaign needs right now is a lot more volunteers and a lot more support. I encourage all your listeners, you have a very smart listeners, that tell their family and their friends to come out and vote this coming November 5th. Vote for a candidate that can retire Dina Titus this coming election. I believe I'm that candidate. And if you have any more questions about my campaign, please visit quincefornevada.com and follow me on social media, Ron Quince 2024. And let's keep fighting. Let's make America better than it should be.
Ron, always good to visit with you. We'll talk again soon, and be safe and stay cool out on the campaign trail, okay?
Thanks, Kevin. Bye-bye.
There you go. Ron Quince, better known as Ron Q, independent candidate for Congress in CD1.